Welcome, I'm Julia Eggles, Occupational Therapist at Matters Occupational Therapy. Today, we're talking briefly about fine and gross motor school readiness skills. The focus on fine motor development becomes much greater in the year or two leading up to starting school, for good reason. Research indicates that fine motor skills, along with attention and general knowledge, are much stronger overall predictors of later math, reading and science scores than early math and reading scores alone. And research is also suggesting that participation in gross motor activity substantially increases academic outcomes throughout schooling, especially within class time. So, avoidance of and/or difficulty with gross motor activities may be considered a limiting factor for school readiness. Motor skills can only develop well when the sensory abilities that underlie them are working well together. Sound sensory processing is also important for development of attention, emotional control, and problem-solving skills. Often, when there's a fine or gross motor difficulty, one or more of the sensory systems are not working as well as they need to be. So, a challenge with fine or gross motor development may indicate issues with one of these important sensory systems and have implications for learning beyond just gross and fine motor performance. Sensory processing is quite complex. But briefly, the systems most involved with fine and gross motor development are touch. Information gained through the skin allows discrimination for performance of refined motor tasks. Difficulties can lead to heavy pressure, resistance to the use of craft media and utensils, reduced fine motor coordination overall, and heightened emotionality. Proprioception is information from the joints and muscles. Without it, movements appear clunky and uncoordinated. Fine motor tasks are frustrating when this is a challenge. It's important for maintaining balance while being required to be still, whether seated or standing. Vestibular processing has receptors in the middle ear. This system regulates attention, muscle tone, balance, fine rhythmic control of eye and finger movements for reading and writing, and is important for development of understanding of space and time. It also impacts regulation of mood and is closely associated with the development of bilateral coordination. The auditory system is more than hearing for speech. It's also required to appropriately shift and sustain attention, filtering out irrelevant sounds. It works with the vestibular and visual systems to orient us in space and time. Sensitivities can lead to shutdown, meltdowns in noisy environments, and difficulties with focusing on fine motor tasks. Visual processing is more than eyesight. It includes the ability to scan and track, hold visual focus, filter out irrelevant visual information, and impacts the brain's ability to interpret what the eyes see. This is important for writing, drawing, balance, and coordination. In order to see whether your child is on track with their fine and gross motor readiness skills, take a few moments to complete the checklist by pausing the video or downloading the PDF from our website. If you've answered no to several of the readiness questions, or your child shows a marked dislike of fine and or gross motor activities, an occupational therapy assessment is recommended. If you're not sure about their skills, talk to your child's teacher about your concerns, gain their advice, and work out the best next steps for you. Alternatively, you can check out our activity suggestions on our website, or if you'd like some more in-depth information, one of our seminars may help. If you have any inquiries at all, you can call us on 33926133. We're here to help children achieve their potential, empower families, and transform lives.